We're on.
It's bright. The lights are bright. It was much dimmer for much longer just now. Today is June 18th. It's about 10 after 1 at
Pacific
night,
Standard.
Pacific.
Standard?
This is Sweetie. I'm Skull. Um,
Hi.
we were just getting
Oh,
down to. Oh, we got the microphone. We were just getting down to some Sade. Do you remember the name of the song?
uh the album was better than Pride,
The album's
which
better.
is kind of funny because it's Pride Month.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. And yet, I mean, what sort of like in the know fabulous gay man wouldn't agree that that Sade album is better than Pride? It's
Yeah.
so good. Because that groove was good. I mean, it was very enjoyable, and we were participating in legal recreational things. Um,
Okay, but last time we left off, we were like, what's next in the world of basketball?
oh heck yes. Are we not swearing? Can we swear on this?
We can do whatever we want. Why
Okay,
am I doing
okay.
a little side sweep?
Oh
I
hell
must
yeah.
need to cut my bangs.
Fuck yeah. Okay, fuck. Um, what's happening in the world of basketball? First of all, I wanted
Right.
to say I'm thinking about buying Pandora, like subscribing because the ad that came on after this like chill ass Sade groove, it was like so nice. The bass line, the whole deal. And then it was
So
like
chill.
Tide,
Yeah.
and now
Time.
also this podcast today.
Well,
That's this podcast slash YouTube video was brought to you by Tide because we said Tide detergent a dozen times already. So anyway, shout out to Sade, the whole band, and the singer. Um, Today, Bradley Beal was traded. Chris Paul was included in the trade. These are professional basketball
I
players.
agree.
Their contracts are traded, not technically the player.
Uh-huh.
Um, because you're not they're human beings. They're
Yeah,
work
right.
they're
Because that
labor,
would
they're not
invade some
property.
basic human
Right,
rights.
right, right.
Yes,
The
correct.
American way.
And probably they're black people, I would assume.
These two people who
Yeah,
happen
so
to be
you
African
can't
American.
trade people.
Right.
Get that straight
They yes, they changed the
during Pride
terminology.
Month.
They changed it. It's because there is black and brown stripe on the flag now. Um, so it is Pride Month. It is Juneteenth, in fact, right now.
Oh,
So there is that.
happy
So
Juneteenth.
on Juneteenth, two black men were traded for each other, uh, whose names were traditional African names, Bradley Beal and Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this got intense really fast.
Rachel. Oh, and also for you listeners, I'm wearing a t-shirt that has a naked baby
And
with an
you were
afro
wearing
hairstyle.
for the last podcast, let's be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm wearing a Biggie t-shirt. Um, Sweetie's wearing Alice Glass, merch type stuff.
It's
I
true.
think I got this at Marshall's.
Okay. Yeah,
Something like that. Something
it
like
it
that.
adds up.
Yeah. Um,
This one was actually from the Alice Glass tour when she was in Seattle.
and I'm petting a cat, so that's why it's hard to the pace of this one. We both again just smoked, so uh it's the pace is slow. And this is during a podcast the time when I look at a timer. So there was a big trade in basketball. It's still, I think, rightfully Nikola Jokic
Hmm.
sort of victory tour, but he's so humble. He just goes back to
He
Sombor.
just, yeah, right, goes to
You know,
Serbia is what I was
he
gonna
goes to
say.
Serbia, but he's really into horse racing, which
Oh,
is
gross.
cruelty to animal stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is gross, and I don't find it to be down to earth. It's rich people shit in America,
Yeah.
you know. And
Gotta
I've
wear
been,
the
I've
badge of
been,
society.
I have an above average amount of horse. No, you have more. You've ridden horse. You were a horse child. Tell me more.
Horse child. I don't know about horse child. I was like a teenager, and my dad and my stepmom got a horse named Charlie. And there's pictures of me like being on that horse and like being hot and humid in the Texas heat. And like, I don't know, I had like a towel on my head and just some weird teenager shit riding a horse and kind of just being around that horse. And then they got another horse like later on, closer to my adulthood, but I don't remember her name. But that's the extent of my horsehood. Oh, well, I guess that I also went to the rodeo in
Oh,
Texas, and they would have their showings or competitions. So I was around that, but I was never in like 4-H or ag or whatever, nothing like that.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've been to a horse place like once or twice. Like I went to a ranch once.
Yes.
I like saw
Oh,
it.
I used to volunteer at an equine rescue.
Okay. Well, that's pretty big horse experience.
Okay, I forgot about that, to be honest. So in Tucson, which is along the like Mexico US border, there is some like drug trafficking, and a lot of those fucking mares were used for drug trafficking, where they would put their drugs in their orifices and bring them across the border. And so there was that. And then there was like Premarin, if you're familiar with that, which is like a version of estrogen, but Premarin, I don't know the exact science, but it's supposed to help relieve people who are going through menopause of their system, of their symptoms. So what that is with horses, with mares, otherwise known, the drug is called Premarin, Marin, whatever you want to call it.
Mare, M-A-R-E,
And so
Premarin.
I've never looked up the spelling of it. But anyway, what they do is they take the hormone from their urine, but it is only in the concentrated form when the mares are dehydrated. So they're just like severely dehydrated, ill, etc. in their rescue. And then they come and live on this ranch. I forget what the ranch is
Where
called.
there's like water
Where
and
there's
they're just like drinking water.
and they're just like living their life. They're cared for. They're not just being exploited
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
beyond their consent.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Whereas like I think we maybe have a little bit of consent, like a little bit.
Who's we?
The illusion, we. If
Human
if
beings?
we're being anti-capitalist, there's an illusion of consent where like we choose to like live and earn money at a job,
Uh-huh.
or we
Uh-huh.
die
Yeah.
because we're not willing to like pay for our own
Right.
basic standards of living.
What is coercion? What are we coerced
Yes.
to have a job?
Right. And that's where I'm saying there's the illusion
Of free
of
choice.
choice,
Yeah. Consent.
of consent.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
right. So like consent would be like, yes, I want to work for you. But really it's just like, yes, I want to like live. I want to
Right.
be able
Right.
to feed myself. Which like I think a lot of people come to that conclusion, but don't make the point of like, yeah, where our loss of like autonomy is
Organizing
in
in
that
what way?
decision.
Or do you have a democratic communism? Anyway, that's good. Can we pause? Can we take it? That's this round.
And we're gonna call that a wrap. Wait, what's next?
What's next? More basketball news. I barely said anything about basketball.
I'm sorry, I kept track of the next thing and that wasn't true. So next will be more basketball. Thank you.